Once upon a time there was the PlayStation, and among the many games I had, there were 3 Dragon Ball games: Ultimate Battle 22, Final Bout, and my favorite Dragon Ball Z, The Legend, otherwise known as Idainaru Dragon Ball Densetsu. It was a fundamentally different game from the other two. It wasn't exactly a fighter, but more of an action game. It made you go through the battles of the series, with teams of the show's characters among which you could shift at any moment. Fast forward to 2015, we get Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which I feel is kind of a spiritual successor of that game. Let's be honest here, while 70% of the games out of the Dragon Ball franchise have been fighters, that was the wrong genre to focus on. Dragon Ball Z's fight scenes don't really translate well to an arena fighter. Complicated combos and fighting mechanics don't let you recreate the feeling of the anime properly. So, Xenoverse does away with all that, rightfully so. What you get here is a fighter/action RPG/MMO that'll make the fans of the series cream their fanfiction pants, because the story of Xenoverse features you. Right at the beginning, the game asks you to create your character. You can choose from humans, Saiyajins, Nameks, Bujin, and Frieza's race. There is a decent amount of customization too, and from there, your story starts. You'll be recruited by future Trunks in the Time Patrol. Your mission: keep history as it should be. Someone has been playing with the timeline, strengthening enemies or just changing things a little bit with disastrous effects. For example, if Frieza went straight to final form, Goku wouldn't have had time to heal properly. It's up to you to go back and forth in time, fighting side by side with the heroes of the series to keep things as they should be. Even if I don't really know, history just happens. What the side is it? Okay, it's a thing about destiny, I guess. And boy, is it a blast! You can customize your character with various equipment, skills, and items which you can buy or get from battles or your masters, and spend attribute points you gain by leveling up. The fighting itself is simple to learn but challenging and surprisingly deep. So many skills allow you to develop different strategies, combine them with your attributes, and find the one that works better for you or for that particular battle. The story missions you will have to do alone, and also alone or with the bots, which are not that bad. You can do the parallel quests. I guess side quests was too old school. But why do that when you can play with other players either as NPCs or directly side by side? You can fight each other alone or in teams, go on quests, have tournaments, lots of fun for everyone! If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you're going to love Xenoverse. If you're not a Dragon Ball fan, well, it's not a particularly complex fighter. It's less about learning to master complex combos and more about timing your moves and spending wisely ki, stamina, and items. It's more action RPG than fighter, and even if I wasn't a Dragon Ball fan, it suited me just fine. But I probably wouldn't have bought it at full price. You probably want to wait for a sale to get Xenoverse if you're not a Dragon Ball fan or you want a brawler. As a Dragon Ball fan, I'm personally down for DLC on this game. More story quests based around alternate timelines, fights against giant enemies, more original story. Seriously, there is just so much you can do with this setup, and the story itself lends itself to a sequel, and I can't wait for that to happen. It's just that good of a story, at least in my opinion. I really liked it. Now for the defects. It's not a perfect game, even if I'm enjoying it very much. The graphics are good, and them and the battle mechanics make this feel like Dragon Ball. It is Dragon Ball, but sometimes you will get with the camera stuck in strange positions that you can't see around yourself even if you wanted to, because it's stuck against a wall in the arena. And there are some problems with the facial animations, because they didn't really work that much on the cutscenes, I have to say. Also, the voiceover is a mixed bag, both in English and in Japanese. In English we have people like, I read Ryan Reynolds, and there is the guy from Team 4 Stars, which is incredible to me. And in Japanese, it's better than the overall quality of the English one, but it's not exactly the best either, except for Future Trunks and the Supreme Loli, Supreme Kai of Time. And lastly, their servers are having some problems right now. They go up and they go down, they crash. They probably didn't expect this many people to buy the game on all platforms. This game is selling really well, and it bodes well for the possibility of further games which will have this same type of mechanic. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, ladies and gentlemen, $49.99 on Steam and a few bucks more on consoles. My name is Menoskine, and I'll see you in the next Dream Review.